Yeah, we're back with another one. I'm surprised we're actually, still going. A little inconsistent. I'm sorry. We're trying. At first, it was every Saturday.
Yeah.
And we kind of dropped the ball.
The eye bags are real.
Having a kid really changes your whole schedule. It's hard. Figuring out scheduling, and it's hard. So
yeah, it's pretty tough.
We're trying. We're also trying this new thing with like vlogging, possibly.
Yeah.
We have a couple videos that we have in the pipeline. One with Gia that we shot a photo shoot at the Row, and the photo shoot we did with you on Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah.
So we have a couple of those, locked and ready to go.
Let us know if you want to see vlogs. It's kind of weird for us to do because we're more used to just recording like on the spot how we do now.
It's different for us. Like I'm not used to like having the camera like this and all that.
I forget to record every single time. Like we have the intention of doing that and trying it out and seeing how it goes, but then we forget, and by the time he gets around to edit, we're just like, we don't really record anything. Like,
it's always
does this make sense?
It's always just us too. So like we always like if we're doing something, we're doing something. So we forget to like get the camera and document it. But we're trying to do a better job at that. If that's something you guys are interested in, let us know, and we'll I guess edit some more videos.
Yeah.
But today's episode is sponsored by Arleen. So
today's episode is sponsored by Hija De Tu Madre. No, I'm kidding. But we're doing something really cool. Last episode, I actually talked about my planner with that Hija De Tu Madre sent me, my Muy Busy planner. So super cute.
If you guys haven't checked out the last episode, we talked about goal setting and what we do to set our goals. And one of the things that Arleen talked about was, writing things down, using her planner a lot, affirmations, and that kind of stuff. And the planner that she uses is from a brand called Hija De Tu Madre, which is the shirt she's also wearing right now. And they reached out to us and they said that they would like to do a giveaway.
Yes,
so
super exciting.
We're actually going to give away one of these planners for 2021, right?
So we're giving away one of these planners. Stay tuned to find out how you can enter our giveaway.
We're also drinking wine this episode because apparently wine makes everything better.
It does.
Yeah.
You figured that out yesterday.
Shout out to Snoop Dogg, yo. This is our third time having this bottle.
I really like it.
And it's $12.99 at Target, if anybody's wondering. And it's actually really good. Like, I'm not a wine person, but it works for me. It's very smooth.
Real quick shout out to my cousin Sunny.
We put Sunny on this wine.
And who's apparently like our #1 supporter.
He was like, yo, you guys talked about that on your podcast, right? And I was like, what?
You watched it?
Yeah, he's like, apparently Maria says that, he's our #1 supporter. So shout out to Sunny. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you. This one's for you, bro. So today's episode,
we're talking about wedding planning during COVID.
So it kind of goes like, I think all our episodes are kind of like almost like episodes, like in the sense that they all kind of carry over. So last episode was about goal setting, and we talked about what we do for those kind of things, what our goals are, how we plan to maintain our goals and stuff. And one goal that we did not talk about was obviously having a wedding, but that's kind of a long-term play. But like when we really sat down and think about it, we're like, yo, like we really have to start planning.
Yeah, we have no idea. So obviously we got engaged in December.
Yeah.
And it was super exciting, super happy. Everything is just like, I don't know, we're super like in love right now. It's kind of cute. With that, obviously, like comes a wedding, and like we've always talked about a big wedding, and we've always imagined like something really big.
It's because you have
and,
a really
like,
big family.
Party, have a really big family.
If you guys have ever seen our like Instagram stories or Snapchats of Arleen's family parties, whether it be like a baptism or
first birthday,
like they go all out with as far as decoration, food, decor, drinks, obviously.
Yeah.
So
food.
That kind of sets the precedent for what a wedding will be like. That's like your baseline is already pretty big. So
our parties are pretty big.
Yeah. So
we had like a bartender at my last birthday party.
We did a New Year's party. We did a graduation party.
Yeah.
I think your dad had like a pallet of like beer that we brought that didn't last. Tequila bottles do not last at your parties because
it's so bad.
For whatever reason, you guys are big into shots, not into mixed drinks. So bottles really, really don't last.
They fly.
But shout out to Don Pisos in Tijuana because that's usually where we go get the alcohol for super cheap. But anyways, so for the wedding, we try to figure out, what's feasible for us, what's realistic, ideas. We didn't even have like a vibe or anything.
Okay, like first of all, I don't know where to start. I did like this question thing on Instagram the other day, and I was like, somebody please send me venues. But honestly, I think I have a dream of not having it here in California.
I think we've always had that conversation. We've always tiptoed around the idea of a destination wedding. Just because I think with such a large family, it's always hard to like, I'm not saying like you don't invite certain people, but like there's so many people that to cater to like
I joke around with Barry, and I'm like, well,
you get 10 invites.
You have 10 invites, and then
Like,
the rest.
So we're like, realistically, to cater to 300 plus people for a wedding is going to be expensive, and that's basically you're paying to.
And it's not just like family; it's like close friends that
friends. And we think that number is actually realistic. So we're like, yo, like how it's really high to cater to 300 plus people. So if we're gonna have a wedding,
cutting that be short.
If we're gonna have a wedding, let's make it the wedding we want, and not necessarily just a feed and cater to other people.
And something I always take in mind too is, I think you told me one time, I think it was like your fraternity brother. That they posted that they got married and their wedding was very intimate, and it was only 90 people, and it was extra special because it was the people that was closest to them. Yeah.
So we've always liked the idea of that, and it's not to like count people out, but it's more of like to have what we want at the budget that we think we may have. Like we'll have to trim certain things, and I think
that's pretty doable because like at our family parties, I think we already have an idea of who would be invited. Like,
it's because
I don't know.
We have big families, and it's like it's obviously a special event, and it's hard to like figure out like, do you invite your aunt and uncle that you haven't talked to in years because it's such a special occasion? This is where you would see them, or is it just catered to the people that you see often that you can really care for? It's different when you ask, like if you ask your mom or your dad, or if you ask my mom, my dad, my grandparents, like you have to invite so and so, but we're like, we don't really talk to them, so why would we?
And I'm super like,
so I think a destination wedding will actually weed out certain people in a sense.
Yeah.
And if you really care for us and care for our special day, you will make the effort to actually show up.
Make it happen. Yeah.
And make it happen.
And with that, I mean, I think we're planning. Obviously, we don't know what that means. We don't even know for sure it's going to be a destination wedding or not. I think we have like a lot of scouting to do.
For sure.
And venue visiting to do. But I think we are going to be very respectful of people's like time, income, all of that.
We'd have to let people know like as far in advance as we can.
Yeah.
And not be like, yo, we're having a wedding next month.
What's as far advance? Like a year?
I mean, I think with COVID, it's hard to say. Like we can't really plan for this year.
That's another thing with COVID. So obviously, I would want to get married next year, which is 2022.
Yeah.
Which I think is doable, but with like COVID and like all these weird changes and like different strains coming up and like crap like that.
I was really looking forward to Baja Fest this year. That's really that was my once Baja Fest hits.
Year, oh my god, it was
2 years ago.
What?
We didn't last year because of COVID.
Oh yeah.
So my thing was like, if Baja Fest happens, the world's coming back to normal, and I think it's probably gonna happen, but I think it's probably not smart to go.
God. Okay, but we can save that money for the wedding.
Yeah, so we bought VIP tickets to Baja Fest like when they came out 2 years ago. They postponed it for a year. We still have them, so I might just have to resell them.
But with that, we would obviously, like, if we did have a destination wedding, I think we would give people at least, like, a couple months notice.
Yeah.
I would say no gifts. Like, I wouldn't want anyone to bring me gifts just because they're already
we come from a very humble background, so I think for our family to ask for them to fly out and get a room, all that kind of stuff, it's asking for a lot.
Yeah, so they'd have to fly out, obviously.
So I don't think we're not looking for gifts. We're not looking for any, like, it's fine. Like, we just want you guys there.
Yeah, and the way I dream of it, or the way I see it, like, I think I've told you, I want like a week, maybe not a week, but like say like 3 to 4 day event where it's like you come, like you have a welcome party, like obviously like the rehearsal. I honestly don't know like technicalities to a wedding.
I've DJed so many weddings.
Like something like that. I would want everyone to have an experience, and I would also want everyone to have like a mini vacation on top of our wedding so that they make the best out of their trip and not just like we're only traveling to wherever we decide to get married.
Yeah, because a lot of our family haven't traveled like that. So for them to go to a special place, wherever it may be, like they should be out enjoying it versus staying in the hotel where the venue's going to be at, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I think we'd encourage like go out and sightsee and how we can plan things with them.
Yeah.
To make it a special moment.
So where are we getting married?
I mean, you tell me. I think you have an idea of where you want to be at.
Okay, so if we decided to get married here,
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
And it's funny because I've DJed hundreds of weddings in SoCal, and I've seen great weddings, I've seen terrible weddings, and I've been like a mediator in like a wedding planner because certain people show up and they're like, they don't know the order of events, especially for the actual reception. So it's like, I'm usually like, when do you guys do your grand entrance? What are you guys dancing to? Was the mother son dance, father daughter dance, cake cutting? Do you do a money dance? All these kind of things. And people are like, what is all that? So a lot of times when I have a client, I'll have like a pre-event meeting with them, and I'll break that stuff down with them, and I kind of try to help them create an itinerary.
You'll come home sometimes and he'll be like, they have no idea.
And it sucks because it's like, I don't want that to fall on me, where it's like there's like a brief pause or awkward moments of like silence, like what's going on. And I always try to avoid that because I don't want myself to be like, I ruined your wedding, because that's not the case.
That's why you hire a wedding planner. And when we start planning, like we will for sure have a wedding planner, because I like planning stuff that like
yeah, but I think you can't plan your own wedding.
But I'm not. Yeah,
and we're also so non-traditional, where it's not like there's probably not going to be a church situation.
There's probably not going to be a church situation,
and certain things.
But not even just like, because I don't know. I think
the devil.
I am not the devil, but just because we don't go to church. So it's like, how are you going to go from like not going to church ever in your life to then like having a ceremony? Like I already told you, like I think I want one of my friends to marry us. I don't know what that means yet, but like,
I mean, that's
her persona, and yeah, that's like a different conversation for us to figure out.
Yeah. I think you already have that person in mind, huh?
But I think it's pretty settled.
Yeah.
Like it would be a pretty epic ceremony, I think.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens.
Yeah. It's probably gonna happen,
but
maybe.
But yeah, so obviously our situation would be a little bit different. It wouldn't be as traditional, but with that, I think we still would do the certain things, like if it's a grand entrance, if it's a first dance, all those kind of things. You want Boys to Men apparently at our wedding somehow, some way.
But they're fat now. They're fat and old. You waited so long.
Somebody plug me up with their manager, a discount code, maybe.
Like everyone wants John Legend, but I mean, I don't know,
Nah, it's above my budget.
I would like if Boys to Men. I think like if you gave me that as a wedding gift, like.
I think we always joke around with Jerry, my business partner. He's like, "Yo, for my wedding, I'm gonna get a Ja Rule impersonator and a Shanti impersonator. Like nobody will know the difference. When you're drunk at like midnight, nobody's gonna know that it's not really him." And I'm like, "Yo, that's a really good idea."
Oh my god!
Like no one would know. And if you get Nelly also.
I think like people wouldn't even remember what Boys to Men look like, so you could put anybody on stage.
You could lip syncing.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so destinations. Where would be your of right now? I think I know where your top is, but give me your top.
I think we've settled like what the top is, but okay. So we talked about it. I haven't been to weddings as an adult. Like it just hasn't been a thing for us.
For somebody that we know.
He's always tried to like make me go to his DJ weddings with him. Or the weddings that he DJs at.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of weird, because I'm like, I don't want to be like that weird girl like standing next to you, or like the overprotective girlfriend like standing next to you.
Yo, it's a free plate.
It is a free plate. And like people always tell you like bring her.
Yeah. A lot of my clients are always like repeat. And if it's a wedding, if it's a whatever it is, they know me personally. So they're like, "Oh, bring your fiance, bring your girlfriend," whatever they just call you.
But for whatever reason, like I feel weird about like being at you next.
I think you'd like some events, but yeah, I understand.
Yeah, of course. But then it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'd probably get very happy and then embarrass you. And
happy.
That's a different story, So I've never gone with you to wedding events, and then we've never been to a wedding like as
together
adults.
now.
Yeah, or together like partied at a wedding. So I don't have like any expectations or any like bar to meet or like anything like that. But I have an idea of what I would want at a wedding, and I think we're on the same page about that.
Yeah.
So if we were to get married here, I honestly don't know. Like, I'm basing this off of what I've seen on Instagram, to be honest, and like weddings I've seen and like influencers and stuff like that, or just like former friends from like college and things like that. A lot of people recommended places like Napa, Hawaii, Valle de Guadalupe.
But I also think
love Valle de Guadalupe.
Yeah, some places like that are very traditional, like Malibu and all that, Santa Barbara, like they're very nice. Yeah, but I think they're not us.
They're not us.
I think we're very like this Magrosos.
First of all, yeah.
So it needs to be something in the middle of like a dope aesthetic, but somewhere you can turn up.
Yes. Okay. So like, what's that?
Because I feel like Napa, they kick you out like at 10 p.m.
Yeah, a Newport. Like I feel like you have to be super modest. Is that the right word? And like well behaved.
Yeah, that's not us.
Just not
that's not our family.
That's
not realistic. Let's keep
like,
it G.
People are on the floor at our parties.
Yeah. I wish I could show. Maybe I'll put like a video clip of like what our parties look like and who to expect to be doing what. But that's another story.
Yeah, it's a different story. Anyway, the only places I can think of that I would like to get married at here, with not having done any research, take that in mind, are Palm Springs, which you already said you don't want to.
I don't hate the idea. I just don't love the idea.
Okay, whatever
Whatever that means.
What else? I said Hawaii. Like I think that's more us.
Here.
Tropical.
Hawaii.
Shut up. That's more us, like tropical vibey.
It's more casual.
Like casual. We're not like, when I was younger, I thought I would get married like in a ballroom and it would be very elegant and like a Kim K wedding type of thing. And
those are, I've DJed a ton of weddings like that, like big Armenian ballrooms and like crazy extravagant decor.
Which are beautiful.
Crazy.
Are beautiful.
But I don't see us doing that.
And we've like grown up and like now we've traveled and I think like we're a little bit more, what's the word?
Well, traveled. I think you see different things.
Yeah, so you see different things. You come to see things that you like and then you also come to like think like maybe I shouldn't be spending money here and doing X, Y, and Z and like whatever. So, well, I don't even have any other ones for here.
No, so I think just go to the one I think let's just go straight to where you want.
Let's just go to the point. Okay.
Which I think is pretty obvious.
Okay. We've both been to Guatemala together.
Like 20 times.
Parents were both born in Guatemala, and we love Guatemala. Yeah. Do you love Guatemala? It's not even like a bias thing. Like Barry genuinely likes it there. It's not like I'm like, you're gonna fuck, you know, like he genuinely likes it there. And in Guate, when we went on one of our trips, we first went to like Atitlan.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful, breathtaking. We've never been out of the country together, and we were just like blown away with how beautiful nature is and how beautiful that location was. And this was like 4 years ago, and Barry and my parents were like asking how much is a wedding here, blah blah blah.
That's funny. You were actually asleep.
I was sleeping.
We were waiting for our room, I think, or we were checking in at something. You were asleep in like the bench, and the guy was like, "Oh, have you guys ever thought about a wedding here?" Like, you know, they knew that you were my girlfriend and I was with your parents. So they're like, "Oh, the in-laws kind of situation." Yeah. And I think they knew, like, I was like, "No, we're not getting married anytime soon." But they were like, "Oh, just come, like, for shits and giggles, like, let's see what it is." Mm-hmm. And he broke it down to us, and I think your parents were more excited, like, "Yo, like, this is like so and so, like, it's so cheap."
We'll, like, show photos,
and I think it was like $100 a person or something crazy. Yeah. But that was like all included, like rooms, decoration, cake, music, everything. And we were just like, that shit makes no sense. But I was like, all right, cool. And then I think that kind of sparked the idea of like, this is a possibility. But that was also 4 years ago, before the idea of even proposing. So, but that still stayed in everybody's mind, like your parents, myself. And all that.
So, and it's gorgeous and like very dreamy. But Atitlan is not.
So my reasoning for like, I personally would have voted for Atitlan, but the only problem is that the location is very like rural. Yeah. So there's not really much else to do around the area besides being on the lake and like going to
that we know of, because to be fair, we didn't give it its full, like we didn't explore fully.
But we also stayed in Antigua, which is very more commercialized in a sense, but there's just so much more to do. There's beautiful. More boutique hotels, more places to eat, more bars. More clubs. More activities that we can do with our friends. Like if they showed up with us to Guatemala, like we'd go with them, we'd party before, we'd party after, we'd have a ball out there. Yeah. And I think that's something that I think I would love to create memories with our guests.
And I think for my friends, that would be something kind of out of their comfort zone, and I would love for them to explore, because it truly is beautiful. Like you literally land in this very colorful, very green. You're surrounded by volcanoes, like town. Everything's colorful and just pretty, and it's Antigua, so everything is like cobblestone and like antique, and it has like that feel. And you have a mix of like culture and
there's a lot going on. Like it's a melting pot.
You can go find like traditional food on the street to like acai bowls to a brewery, and then it's like a little museum, whatever. Like,
all with the same Guatemalan culture within somehow.
Yeah, so we loved it. The last time we went, we had a lot of fun.
We got fucked up.
We like 60-cent drinks.
It was happy hour for women. I think it was girls' night out is what they called it.
And we were with my parents too.
And they called it night early though, but it was girls' night out, and I think there was like
free drinks.
It was mojitos, tequila sunrise, like these basic drinks that were like 60 cents US. They were like 5 quetzales, 3 quetzales, whatever their money is. But we got pretty hammered.
Yeah, it's fun. Well, it's really fun. And I think that would be a dream. And a lot of the boutique hotels there are like son ruinas. Mm-hmm. So the aesthetic is just beautiful. Yeah. And I was telling you the other day that I feel like if we had when we get married, our colors would be very like natural, very like pretty, very like blushy.
Yeah, I think it's colors that you're normal. I mean, look at our house, like the background.
Yeah, but also now that I've started looking into it, and someone actually sent me all of this information to start looking into it, which I'm very grateful for, because they broke it down for me like no one could ever, because they're actually getting married in Antigua this November. And it's just, I don't know, it's beautiful.
I think we've also seen people have weddings. I think Brian, our friend Brian, had gone with his fiance,
and they said that they were mind blown.
They said like this was like the best wedding they've been to, and I don't know what. And it's crazy because we know where it was at. We know exactly what happened. So for us to hear that from outsiders going in, it's crazy because it's like,
and they're not even Guatemalan, so they have like no connection, like no tie.
They went in blind, and it's kind of what we expected. We're like, that's what we thought would happen. So it's dope to hear that.
And I really feel like if we got married there, it'd be like it's us, like to the T, like just beautiful.
It'd be this Madre.
Yeah, and I would want like an after party, like we talk about all the time. The only sad thing is we wouldn't have an In-N-Out truck. Like I feel like everybody wants an In-N-Out truck at their wedding.
I think there's better things out there that we can get.
Yeah, like what?
For sure. I don't know yet. Rellenitos, fuck. I don't know. Tostadas.
I don't know, but that's something on our mind. But obviously, we don't know. It's COVID, so we don't know what's going to happen. I would love to go see venues like this year and just be as super safe as we can about the whole traveling experience. I'm trying to talk Barry into this, so help me convince him.
She wants to take the baby too, and I think she's too young to travel, but
I know. We'll figure it out. We'll make the right decision when the time comes. If we travel to see venues, I'd make it like a 3-day trip tops. Have everything super.
Because why not?
Super planned out in advance. Just get there. We have family there. They can pick us up, drop us off where we need to go. And then just like knock it out in maybe 2 days, have 1 day to ourselves, and then come back home. That's the way I see it. Honestly, I think I have like a really big feeling that if we did do this, and if that was the first venue scouting that we did, it'd be it. Like I feel like we wouldn't have to look anywhere else.
Know what's gonna happen if we go to Guate. Like we're gonna fall in love with it. We've been there before. We've seen the venues. We've just never seen it through that like our wedding lens. And I think once you see it in that type of setting, you're gonna fall in love with it because we know what it is. So save me the $800 flight tickets and let's just book it.
No, I also tell you no. Yeah, I'm like, if stop being cheap first of all. But
first off, you know how much this wedding's gonna cost?
We have points.
Not enough for a wedding.
Be expensive, so I feel like you have to have a feeling. Like I feel like even though we're gonna go see multiple venues, I want to have the feeling of like this is it. You know, like I want to love it. So that's why I want to go, not to spend money, not to blow $800 on a flight, which we won't. But that's what I want, like the feeling where like this is what I want. This is my dream venue. Like I'm gonna save for it. Fair. Like this is what I want.
That's fair. I mean, it is a wedding.
Like, you have to envision yourself.
It's not like it's not like a random party. It's a once in a lifetime thing. I mean, kind of once in a lifetime, I guess. You know, who knows?
Shit happens to Barry. Told you that. Don't say that.
Anyways, it's a once in a lifetime kind of event. So I think you should actually make the effort to go out and go travel and go experience it and fall in love with it there.
Yeah, so we're super excited. Yeah. But honestly, give us tips. Like, what do we do?
So we're pretty like, I think that's what we want, but we also haven't seen or experienced anything else. Maybe there's something here locally that we're not looking at. Maybe there's places here that are probably even cheaper because there's places like Antigua, like they're not so rural in the sense that it's not as cheap as you'd think it would be.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of because I remember somebody told me that their friend got married there. And that they made a comment like, "Oh, cool! Like your wedding was probably like a lot cheaper than it would have been here." Not the case. And she was like, "No, like it was more expensive." So I'm a little scared of that.
What's something for your wedding that you must have?
Okay, so the basic things is my dress.
Your dress or dresses?
So, in an ideal world,
Arleen would have 3 dresses.
If I were rich and like just had money to blow, I would have 3 dresses. Cause like, why not?
Explain to me where these 3 dresses would go.
Yo, like Kim K set the bar.
No. Where would you place?
I'm trying to explain to you.
Oh, like, that's where you got it from?
Yeah, I think
I don't know
so.
that.
She did like, I mean, she got married like a million times, but she did her first.
Cheers.
I think it was the one with Chris Humphries. She got married, and like you don't even need to. You don't need a reason. Like if you want 3 dresses, you want 3 dresses. If you want 2, you want 2. Like whatever.
Do you?
No, I can't afford more than 1 dress. Probably. I don't even know what dresses cost, to be honest. But I would want to have like a nice reception one, and then I would want to have like a sexy.
No. What's the word you used?
One.
What's the word you used?
No, I don't know.
She wants a hoey ass dress. She said, "I want a classy dress, a hoey dress,
You can't,
and then a comfortable dress, right?"
You can't say that.
Feel how you want to feel.
Escotado. I want an escotado dress.
I don't even know what that
It's
means, to be
different.
honest.
It's like showing
Sounds
skin.
like an escort.
No, like showing skin. Anyway, in an ideal world, I would have 2 dresses because I'm a little bit more humble.
A little more
than
realistic
3.
is 2 versus 3. Copy.
I would have one for like the ceremony.
Okay.
And then one for like the party. But then actually Jessie Malay, she had a ceremony dress, and then she had a party dress, and then she had an after party dress, which is just like super like
Jessie
basic.
Malay is also probably very rich. Richer than us, so.
Anyway, so we'll
I
probably...
can get a seamstress from Sworn and have her finagle the dress if you like. We can figure this out. Show me the pattern or rip it off.
A seamstress, aka your mom.
That's
Jerry?
one. That's one. Jerry can sew like, edges, but I don't know about actually making a dress.
I'm gonna save up. My mom was already like, I'll buy you your dress, but then she gave me her budget, and I was like,
It's not gonna cut it. Which is a
Anyway.
very nice budget, but Arleen was
Okay.
like times 10.
yes.
Pause.
Stop.
I have a poll question to ask.
No.
If you guys want to comment this, please. Do you guys believe that Arleen is bougie?
I'm
Please
not
comment.
bougie though.
Is Arleen bougie? Yes or no in the comments. Let us know.
Yo, I was about to say,
Say
I'm
it.
engaged to you. There's no way I'm bougie.
I'm just gonna drink to that because I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm kidding.
You're
okay,
not.
look, let's start off. My earrings are from Target. Support small business.
Mm-hmm.
My pants are also from Target.
Mm-hmm.
My ring, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
my wine is $13. Like, am I bougie? Probably not. Broken bougie.
She hood rich.
Yeah.
what
Okay.
we're gonna call
Yeah.
it.
Anyway, so I'd
Go
have
get your YSL bag real quick.
from the outlets. Like, that's not even fair.
That's fair.
Like,
Honestly, that's
broke
fair.
on a budget. Yeah, is that fair?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just saying. If you guys feel she's bougie, let us know. Let us know. I just have a personal question. That's it.
You just want to talk ish about me.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyway.
It's the wine.
I know I'm feeling like hot. Oof. Okay.
Oof.
So, I would have 2 dresses in an ideal world.
Does that man need 2 tuxes?
No, it doesn't matter.
That's not fair.
Like you can have like 3 with like the less expenses than like one of my dresses. Can I talk about my dresses or not?
Sure, I'll just keep drinking.
Okay, I don't even know, but if I could have 2 dresses, I would have 2 dresses, but realistically, I'm only gonna have 1. Okay, so I'm not bougie.
I mean, it's either you have 3 dresses or
I'm
you
not
have an
gonna
open
have
bar.
3 open bar.
Exactly.
See, I'm very humble.
Compromise.
Very willing to give to others. And food. I mean, I love Guatemalan food. You love Guatemalan food.
I had this conversation with Jerry, and it's like, when it comes to food at weddings, like, are we very traditional in the sense where it's like a little piece of steak, a little piece of chicken, a little piece of fish, mashed potatoes, asparagus?
Who the eats a little piece
That's what I'm
of
saying.
steak?
Because if you have a nice wedding here in the States, like, that's kind of traditionally like your menu. It's like a piece of steak, fish or chicken, mashed potatoes, and asparagus.
I don't know about that.
So what does our meal look like?
I don't know what our meal is looking like because I don't know what our options are yet. If we got married in Guatemala,
To the moon, baby. To the moon.
and you say I'm bougie. So if we got married in Guate, obviously in Antigua there are many options. Like you can eat pasta, you can eat Guatemalan food, you can eat like Mexican food. Like I'm sure there's like a variety of restaurants to pick from or selections or different types of food to pick from. So I wouldn't be too concerned about that, but I don't even know like what we would pick. So I think like that's why I would want to go to see like lay out what it is. Let me try this because I would hate for people to travel that far and then like sit down at our, like say there's like a guest that is only going for that night.
Yeah.
Because that could be a possibility for
That's
some
realistic.
people. I would hate for them to come and for like the meal at our wedding to be
Lackluster.
trash. Yeah. So if we did do Guate, I would want to go and actually food taste whatever we are going to serve.
Yeah.
If we got married here, I honestly think it would be more on the traditional side. Like, I wouldn't mind like steak and mashed potatoes and all that.
I mean, I think it's just that's kind of what it is. Like, I don't know what else you would serve, to be honest.
I love Saraí said she wanted Javier style food.
Mexican, traditional Mexican, right?
And I've never been there.
Why are you looking at that for?
I can picture. Barry used to be very bougie, and he wants to come and talk about me.
This wine has got you all fucking.
Let's just say that.
Talkative,
okay.
huh?
Anyway, so I picture it to be very good and delicious.
That's cool.
Something I would not know. So that sounds cool too, but maybe I don't know. I would also want after party food, so like little bites.
Drunchies.
Drunchies. Yes, drunchies.
So if we had it here, it would be like In-N-Out tacos.
For sure. Yeah. No, I would say In-N-Out just because I think that's like more like
super LA, super like, oh, that's tight.
Yeah. And I would want In-N-Out. But if we got married over there, I mean, it could be anything. Like we went to this bar in Antigua and it was like a, what's it called? The Long Beach place? Panama Joe's. Mm-hmm. Like a Guatemalan Panama Joe's. So we could probably actually have anything we wanted. Like wings, fries, like whatever we wanted. So yeah, it's super exciting.
Guatemala's so tight. Like I really just wish we could, like COVID was over and we could just travel for fun.
Yeah.
So many withdrawals, so many memories.
Gone anywhere because of COVID, and we used to like go on big trips like 2 times a year and like small trips at like least. A lot of times a year. Palm Springs at least twice. The wine.
I know, low key. Palm Springs at least once or twice a year easily.
Yeah.
Then we have one or two bigger trips like Colombia, Cuba, Guatemala, Cancun, like all those things.
So we're a little sad right now.
Yeah. So these past 2 years we've been like chilling at home, doing nothing really, drinking wine.
Yeah, getting more wrinkles.
Getting more eye bags, pumping milk.
As I drink wine.
It's okay.
Don't worry.
You got one glass.
I'm having a little bit, yeah. Let's move on to the fun part, the alcohol at our wedding. Yeah. So I would want a like fold out bar. I think that's probably going to be like the most expensive thing.
Yeah, but
besides our dress and the venue.
It's the most essential thing.
Yeah. So drinks all night. Like I would want to have like our specialty drinks, like our like call it like 3 or 4 specialty drinks that are just going to be served.
Like what, a Paloma?
Yeah, Paloma.
What else?
I like Moscow mules. Like
Moscow mules, I guess. I picture it being very tequila heavy because we are a tequila family.
Mm-hmm. We are a tequila family. Like you just came up with that out of nowhere.
We are.
We are.
Name me any party where you've had vodka.
This is true.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't know. We'll figure out like our 3 or 4 drinks. And then just like shots all night, drinks all night. Like I don't picture it being empty. I want to have an after party.
I'm excited.
I mean, I'm honestly say more than that.
Yeah, I'm honestly really excited. I think we just got to start figuring out, start planning, I think we just started creating like a Pinterest mood board like 2 days ago. So I think now it's like really like it hit us the other day. We're like, yo, like, we should really consider like figuring this out. Because even if it's not next year, like,
that's what I was gonna say.
For whenever we have it, we want to be a little more prepared. And you have a thing about, I mean, I talked about this the last episodes about even numbers. So if it's not 2022, it can't be 2023.
No, I told you, like, because of I love even numbers, yes, but
OCD is fuck.
Our anniversary date is. Actually, our anniversary is not an even number. It's July 5th.
Damn, I forgot about that.
But our engagement anniversary is an even number. Whatever. At this point, like, let's just party. Like, F a date. Like,
we also talked about buying a house. So.
Okay, let me sum it up real quick. We're not in a rush to get married.
Yeah, which is I think there's people that are super, like, anti being engaged for, like, however long. Like, I think for us, like, obviously we're not trying to be engaged for like 10 years. Like that's not the fucking case. But it's more of like, if it doesn't happen this year, it doesn't happen next year, that's fine. Like whatever. Yeah. If we happen to stumble upon a property before getting a wedding, like that's also great. Like, you know, we have intentions of having the wedding of our dreams, not something.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Not something just because it's convenient in the next year or two, you know? So I think.
So to sum it up, I think we want to start doing research as to how much a wedding would cost. And how much we can be realistic.
Let me show my dog Snoop Dogg right here.
This is serious, Mary. We want to be realistic about what we can afford. So that's why we want to start doing the research.
Of course.
We're not in a rush to get married. Like tomorrow.
What can we afford, Arleen?
Nothing right now. We're not in a rush to get married tomorrow. We're not in a rush to get married next year. 23, maybe. 24, possibly more, yes.
It's either Jordan year or Mamba year.
Which is why we just want to have a rough idea of what we're getting ourselves into, because we started saving. We've been saving.
Yeah.
But now it has to be like,
I think having that goal, if it's a set number, like
specifically,
it gives you more. I don't know if it's excitement's the word. It's more like
it makes you more
mental
motivated.
clarity, motivated to like, I have to hit that number at some point somehow within the next 1, 2, 3 years. But yeah, I think for us too, it's again, we're not in a rush. I think traditionally in American families, the bride's father provides most of the wedding stuff, but realistically,
this is going to be fully funded by
us.
Me, Barry.
Okay.
Can you chill?
Possibly Simba. But anyways, back to that. So like traditionally in American families, the bride's father or family basically funds most of the wedding, right? There's like different.
Where?
I think I saw on Pinterest that had like, this is what the groom's family provides, this is what the bride's family provides, and I'm just like, where the fuck does that happen? So with us, it's kind of like we've never experienced that. We never thought about that. So for us, it's fully funded by us. So we're being very realistic. We're being very bootstrapped as much as we can, and we want to be as informed as possible, because at the end of the day, it is our hard-earned money.
Hard ASS earned money.
Yeah.
I think we are prideful of that though. Like we like saying like we did this, we did this, we did this, and we just did it all by ourselves. We don't owe anybody anything, and we like it that way.
With us, I think, again, planning this wedding, figuring out the details, like we have no idea what we're getting ourselves into. We don't know what to expect, but you know what? We're excited. We're open to everything and anything, and we just got to start planning. And, you know, obviously Arleen has this great planner that we can start using and utilizing even more than ever.
I like that. Okay, so yes. So we are partnering with Hija De Tu Madre, and we are giving away one Muy Busy
2021
planner for 2021. Oh, wrong side. Oh,
it's right there.
Sheesh. Okay.
It's that wine. It's hidden.
2021 planner. So, if you would like to enter to win one of these planners, comment below. Comment Hija De Tu Madre below in the comments, and we will be announcing the winner next week in our next episode, which will have to go live on Friday. Barry.
Bonus points if you guys follow Hija De Tu Madre on Instagram. Yes. Follow Arleen on Instagram. You guys don't really have to follow me. I don't really got shit exciting going on.
What do you mean?
You're the content creator. I'm very behind the scenes. I'll edit photos, videos all day long. I'll post every now and then. But you, Hija De Tu Madre, I think that's the focal point.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
It's the fucking wine.
Follow Hija De Tu Madre. Comment below. Comment Hija De Tu Madre down below, and you will be entered to win one of these planners. We'll post like a little video right here so that you can see what it looks like in the inside, different photos.
So this planner is a monthly, weekly. It has daily affirmations. It has a ton of different Latin-inspired holidays, all that kind of stuff. It's actually a really, really well put together, real cool planner.
Super cool.
This is for me. Like, I'm not even like, it's not directed towards me, because I think it's very Arleen. But I honestly, when I saw it, I was like, this is actually really well thought together. Like, it has things like Selena's birthday. It has Walter Mercado's quotes.
I talked about this in our last episode. So if you haven't seen our last episode, go check it out. This is super helpful for me. It's super like Latina all day, and I just really, really like it. It keeps me organized. It makes me get my ish together, and you can win this. So comment below.
So again, comment below Hija De Tu Madre. Make sure to follow Arleen. Make sure to follow Hija De Tu Madre on Instagram. And I mean, it's as simple as that. Like, you know, how else can you win something so cool?
Yeah, and they'll ship it out to you. So we'll figure that out.
Because Arleen is too drunk to even get anybody's information right now. Off half a glass of wine that she didn't finish.
I'm sweaty.
It'd be like that.
Sweating.
But yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you guys again for watching another episode of Hustle the Soul. This was our, I guess, wedding planning situationship. I don't know what to call it. Sponsored, I guess, by Hija De Tu Madre.
Yes.
So make sure you guys follow them, follow Arleen, follow myself, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys want to hear next. We still have a postpartum video coming. You know, we've held back a little bit because it is a sensitive topic.
It's very sensitive.
We've been dealing with a lot ourselves personally, but you know what? We definitely think it's an important conversation to have, and it will be coming up for our episode number 10.
10.
It's a very special episode. Very proud of ourselves for actually hitting 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Not as consistent as we like, but we're gonna get there.
We're trying.
We're gonna get there. You know, I'm very confident that we will figure it out. We'll get our groove going.
Yeah.
Soul has been asleep this entire time.
She's a win.
I'm pretty sure she's about to wake up right now. So that's why we got to wrap up. But again, thank you guys for watching so much. Thank you for tuning in. This is episode number 9 of Hustle and Soul.
Love it.
Catch y'all later.